Greetings. Welcome back to Pink Oddbird. Today I'm here with my second January design team project for Tsunami Rose. Earlier you saw that I did Spanish Rose Part 1. Well, today I'm here with Spanish Rose Part 2. Originally they were made to be twins, but I ended up kind of switching them a little bit, so they're not exactly the same, but they're similar. This one is also made out of cake mix box. I didn't cover the box in any kind of additional paper. I just collaged right onto the box. It is still really sturdy. What I did is on the outside, let's start on the back. I wrapped this like glitter paper around the spine, or sorry, not paper, glittery lace around the spine, and then I added some trim, and then you can see here what I mean with I collaged onto the box with some scrap pages that were kind of like rose-ish. I have some black trim here on the spine, and then on the front you can see here I just added some lace to her scarf, flowers, there's a doily back here, cheesecloth. And then the safety pin had three little things, so I added 3 charms. And then the closure is from the tutorial that I saw, Did Somebody Say Paper? And it's with the Tim Holtz clasps, and then I just added these little beads to the closure. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and flip through. Like I said, this is a Tsunami Rose design team project, so I will link to all of her information in the description box below if you're interested in seeing more of her kits. There is a combination of different kits in here, and it's a good example of how you can integrate them seamlessly into a different theme, so the kits don't have to stay separated. You can incorporate them into multiple kits into one theme. So just I'm going to flip through here, try and go as fast as I can. There's another quote here at the front that I did, that I created, I should say, or thought of, I don't know. Just like in part 1. Some ephemera here, tag. Some of them I printed on just regular paper. Some are printed on cardstock. I like to have multiple kinds of papers and textures in my books, so that's why I do that. This one's from the Graphics Fairy actually, but there's a tag behind it. And then Tsunami Rose, there's journaling spots here. There's some coffee stained yellow lined paper back there. Then over here we have a tag. It says Hermosa on it, which means beautiful in Spanish. And then you can tuck something here, and then you can tuck something here. This is the paper from one of Daisy's kits. And then another, I like this one that she did. Same here, you can tuck behind the flowers or behind the doily. Image from Pinterest. I left what it said at the bottom because I thought it was funny. Whoever wrote that. I love this paper, this lined paper that Daisy did. So here, this is just an image from Pinterest. The Ferris wheel of flowers. You can tuck something behind it. And they're one of the Spanish ladies. And Tsunami Rose ephemera there. You all know Daisy's envelopes. Another Spanish lady here. I think this book was kind of fun because I haven't seen one out with this kind of theme. And like I said, it's something that resonates with me. So I really like this book. This etiquette page that I added talks about gift giving, and when someone says no gifts please. So I'll put that in here. This is a tag that I made. I just added some washi to it, and the bag came from Lori's shop, Everyday Journal, on Etsy. Some more ephemera from Daisy. Here I stamped mariposa, which means butterfly, which you see here. And I want to say that butterfly is from Hapa Chic. I used her kit in my New Orleans Masquerade journal. Some more Tsunami Rose here. I like all these little cute journaling spots that Daisy does. And again, like with her attention to detail on the jaggedness of the graphics to make them look old. These are some of Daisy's flowers. I love these. I print mine out and fussy cut them, and I like to fussy cut them with a small white border around so that I can distress them with vintage photo. That's my personal look that I like. But you can, if you have a scan and cut, you can buy them from her shop and scan and cut them. Or if you don't have that machine, and if you don't like to fussy cut, you can also buy them from her pre-cut. So that's an option for you. So I have some gold trim in the center of the signature there. And then just like Spanish Rose Part 1, Part 2 has a horizontal signature. So I've already explained why I did this in Part 1. So to save time, I'm just going to flip through. This one says bonita, which means cute in Spanish. Some paper, journal spot. Other journaling areas. Behind this little piece of lace is a tiny tag that I made. So that just tucks in there. Oh, and there's an envelope here. Scrap piece. I actually finished this book at the same time as I did Part 1, but I've been working on other projects in between, and I wanted to post this a little bit closer to the end of the month. So I just added some beads and some corrugated glitter. I made one of Daisy's ephemeras a belly band. Tuck spot here. Tuck spot here. And then I just added some like stickers and stuff to this tag. Whoops. I wanted lots of roses in this book, so of course anything that Daisy has is perfect for a rose themed book. This is one of my favorite pages. Basically on this, she comes off. You can journal on the back of this. You can journal here, well, around the magnet. And then I just added some bling there. And then once you're done, she snaps back on, and that's where she lives. One of Daisy's jars and some of her flowers. And that just tucks behind a piece of trim. This is one of Daisy's lottery ephemeras. And, oops, sorry. This one's from the Graphics Fairy. Tuck spot here. So here we have an index card and one of my old Mr. Boston envelopes, and inside of it is a cute little ephemera that Daisy did. I love this one, and it fits perfectly inside this tiny envelope. It was just the perfect fit. And that's the end of the second signature. So just like with Part 1, I did that kind of like leathery sort of paper to hold this signature together. You don't have to tie this, and you don't have to use it horizontally if you don't want to, but that's the way it's designed. So back this way, we have some pearl-ish kind of stuff in the center of this signature. And then here, I love this one. That's from the Graphics Fairy. This is from Polished Lackluster, that paper. Look how pretty that is. I think Polished Lackluster is one of my faves. But she did just come out with the Rose journaling card kit, and it is gorgeous. I can't wait to work on that one. I have to tell you, I cannot wait because I have a vision for it. When I was sending her a message, I told her I have a vision. I have a vision. So there's a pocket here. These are her library cards. I just left them together and turned them into a pocket. This little envelope is empty, but I put it here with a paper clip so you'd know there's a pocket there. Some deli paper. Inside of there is just a little index card, and then I just added that little ephemera on there with the brad. A couple of spots here. I know I'm going kind of fast, but I need to try and get my video times. Chalk tag. You can write on these 100% with gel pens. Look how cute that ephemera that she has looks on this tag, and then some just flowery paper. I just had a scrap piece of some kind of fabric, and I just attached that to the top. This was a Target gift card envelope, so I just added some stuff to cover up the target. And then Daisy has these little tiny, this one's a wash your milk bottles ephemera, kind of like bottle cap size. I just punched that out with a 1-inch punch and covered up the target thing there. And then on the inside I just put some washi and covered up the words that were there and put a sentiment over. And then I left these two cards that she has together. I just didn't, you know, cut them apart, and so they're like a little booklet. So that goes like that. Everything in the book is coffee stained. Center of the signature, there's 2 journaling cards here. So doily, one of Daisy's sentiments says perfect. And another rose paper. That scrapbook paper had roses on it, so it was perfect. This is one of those jumbo paper clips that I have, and then one of the cards that I got from Michael's, and I just put Daisy's ephemera on the front, coffee stained it, and then the back is distressed as well from when I coffee stained it. That's how it turned. So here we have a tag, and this one says recuerda, which means remember in Spanish. And that just tucks under here. We're almost there. Daisy has a kit called Love and Loyalty, so I just took that sentiment from the kit and distressed it and added it with these flowers. One of Daisy's envelopes here, nothing's in it. That one's empty. I'm a very practical person, and since this book is in the back, or since this page is towards the back of the book, I had a long piece, you can just move this paper clip up. I had a long piece of paper, and being that this is towards the back of the book, I added this here because you do have the capability to write on this fluidly, whereas like if I had have added that somewhere towards the front, it would be really awkward if the paper was like this and then hanging down. There's no way to write on that. So in my mind, this works because you can see that it's like flush, so it's very easy to write on. So those are just the kinds of things that I think about when I'm making my books. They have to work in my head. So there's some lace. There's a tuck spot here and here. And then the back of the book, the inside covers, you can see how sturdy they are. They're both, the front and the back are collaged with napkins, tissue paper, music paper, and then there's my stamp. And that's it. That is Spanish Rose Part 2. So this one will also be up in my Etsy store. I appreciate you guys all for watching, and we'll see you next time. Toodaloo.